"I saw Terence ploughing his field today," Thomas told Bertie excitedly. Bertie scoffed. "You see that old fuddy-duddy every day." "So," replied Thomas, "I see you every day too." "That's not what I mean," huffed Bertie. "You see the same sights all the time. Don't you get bored? I'm always seeing new things when I drive through town." Thomas was offended. "I like what I see along my line, even if it is always the same." Thomas huffed out of the station, leaving an annoyed Bertie behind. "Silly tank engine," pouted Bertie. "I know I see more exciting things than him." As Bertie drove through the town, he kept his eyes peeled for something new. It was a rather quiet day, and even Bertie had to admit there was nothing exciting to be found. He passed a statue of a lion that had just been delivered to the town square. "That's not very exciting," he sighed. Unless... Bertie chuckled to himself as a devious idea came to mind. When the two friends next met, Bertie was excited. "You'll never guess what's in the town square." "People," replied Thomas, uninterested. "Even better," went on Bertie. "It's a lion. It had a long brown mane and huge teeth." Thomas thought that sounded thrilling, but wasn't about to tell that to Bertie. "Oh, well," he stammered, I prefer the sheepdog I see on my branch line." Thomas raced off without another word, while Bertie chuckled victoriously. Thomas puffed along his line. "Silly old lion, silly old lion," he muttered. "If only I could see it, oh, just once." Annie and Clarabelle rather hoped they'd never see it. At the station, Thomas saw one of the shopkeepers on the platform. "Excuse me, sir," he asked, "but have you seen the lion?"
"Oh, indeed I have," he replied. "Look here."
He turned his newspaper towards Thomas. There on the front page was a lion. Or rather, a lion statue. Thomas could hardly believe it. "Oh, that Bertie," he fumed. "He's tricked me."
"Ho, ho, ho," chuckled the shopkeeper. "That Bertie's got a big imagination for such a small bus. Ha ha."
He boarded Annie, and Thomas went to run round the train. "He may have a big imagination," chuckled Thomas, "but mine's bigger." Next morning, Bertie pulled into the station. Thomas was already there, waiting. "Thank goodness I have a chance to speak with you," he beamed. "The shopkeeper told me he saw something extraordinary yesterday." "He did?" "Oh, yes," went on Thomas. "There was a travelling circus. Oh, it had jugglers, clowns, mimes, even elephants." "Oh, that," replied Bertie hastily. "Of course I saw that. I just thought the lion was more exciting." Without another word, Bertie raced away, leaving a smug-looking Thomas behind. Bertie raced through the town, his eyes darting this way and that. A circus can't be that hard to spot, he thought, so where is it? That afternoon, Thomas arrived at the station. To his surprise, Bertie was nowhere to be seen. "That's odd," he thought. "It's a rare thing for Bertie to be late." Just then the station master walked up. "Please go to the next station. Bertie's had an accident. His passengers will be waiting for you." Now Thomas was worried. He raced down the line as quickly as he could. As he drew into the station, he saw Bertie in a ditch close by. "What's happened to you?" cried Thomas. "I was so busy trying to find the circus," sighed Bertie, "that I didn't look where I was going. I didn't see the hole in the road. I got a puncture. Lost control. Oh, and I ended up down here." "Oh dear," sighed Thomas. He felt very guilty. And then he saw Sir Topham Hatt. "Thomas," he said sternly, "I don't know why you'd come up with such a fib, but you've caused a great deal of trouble."
You will take these passengers to the top station, then go back to your shed at once. Percy will take Annie and Clarabelle for the rest of the day. Perhaps that will give you some time to think about running your line honestly."
Sir Topham Hatt walked away, leaving Thomas feeling very ashamed. A few days later, Bertie had been repaired and met Thomas at the station. "I'm sorry for causing your accident," Thomas began. No, cut in Bertie. "It's my fault. I shouldn't have lied to you about the lion. I'm sorry." Thomas smiled. "Well, you were certainly right about one thing." "What's that?" quizzed Bertie. "Sometimes seeing the same things all the time can be boring, especially when all you can see is your shed door. Seeing Terence in his field has never been so wonderful." And with a hearty chuckle, the two friends went back to work.